Okay, so what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to show a quick example of the assignment this week. And this is not the full example, but I want you guys to get a feel kind of for what it should do. So there are going to be files that you are going to create, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And then what you're going to have is you're going to make sure you're going to have that label. Guys, make sure you're naming your form and all of your text boxes and your buttons and all of that stuff, because you don't want to forget that. You don't want to lose points on the little things, okay? So when you run this application, what it's going to do is it's first going to check. It's going to be in the load. So up until now, we've only done it inside the button. Oh, and of course my computer's going to kind of go wonky. So up until now, we've done everything through a button. So the first thing that's going to do is you're actually going to double click the form, and you're going to get on the form load. This is what's going to happen. I don't know what it's doing. It is because I'm running parallels and it's saying that it's disconnecting. So, oh, mercy, mercy, mercy. Of course, why would it do any other way? Let me see. So on the load, here, let me just do this. Bear with me. So on the load, you're going to check to see if the two files exist. If the file does not exist, you're going to create it, and you're going to create it with names. And then if the file does exist, then you're just going to display that file, and that's all the load is doing. All right. And then you're going to have your buttons, which you can't see right now. Let me show you through this why it's coming up. So then you're going to have these two buttons right here. You're going to have a go-to field and a leaving field. This go-to field, you're going to check. So say the user clicks on your classmate 1, which would be the names, whatever names you want to put in here in this list box. The user is going to click on this and click go-to field. In this button, the first thing you're going to do is check to make sure there's a selected item, which I'm going to show you how to do. Once you know there's a selected item, you're going to take that item and you're going to append it to the missionaries in field text file. And then you're going to refresh this list box, and you're going to remove it from the missionaries available, and you're going to refresh this list box. Okay? Same thing here. If they click on your classmate 7 and click on leaving field is going to check to make sure something is selected in the missionaries in field. If it's not, it's going to produce an error message and not do anything. If it is there, then it's going to remove it from the missionaries in field, add it to the missionaries available text file, and then it's going to refresh the list boxes. The delete missionary is going to delete whatever item is selected. So it's going to take that selected item and delete it. Hold on a second. And then the sort is it's just going to sort the missionaries available and the missionaries field. All right, in ascending order, which is pretty much what you're going to have anyways when you do the sort. But and then the number available is just the count. It's just the count of the particular list box, and I'm going to show you how to use that. You're going to use the list box command to do that, the count. And then the add missionary, this is going to be an input box where, just like you guys did last week, you're going to do an input box, ask what missionary you want to add, and so maybe the user would enter Chris Johnson. And then Chris Johnson would be added into the missionaries available text file, and then you would refresh the list box. All right. The one thing that you don't want to do is you're not adding to the list box, you're adding to the text box, the text file, I mean. You're adding to the file, and then you're just refreshing the list box to display the file. All right. Never add to the list box, just display what is in the file. All right. And then you have your quit button. So that is your application that you have to do this week. And so my job tonight is to show you how that's done, which may or may not happen depending on if my computer wants to be better than WebEx. All right, so that is your application for this week. Is the file loaded by clicking on the form? No. No, when the form loads, when I run the application, when you hit start, like when you hit this start, it will, when it's loading the form, it's going to load the files or create the files. And I'm going to show you how to do that tonight. All right.